Welcome to the second installment of the Polo Cup post-match wrap-up show. We're through the first weekend of games, and we have Matthew Hintz and Quinn Hayslip here today, along with me, Chase Hayslip. We're missing Jeremy Hatcham today, but we're going to move forward. So this weekend we had two games. We'll start with the first game, France versus Spain, two teams that had won their opening matches, so it's kind of a good game for the winner to kind of take off, and the loser probably a little bit back where they started. France jumped out to a 1-0 lead to start, but Spain closed the first half on a 7-0 run, and the game really never got closer from there. Matt, do you want to talk a little about the game?
Yeah, I mean it was a tough draw for France. Obviously they had Tyler in their first game, who was one of their main factors. He made France a completely different side. And so him missing out on the game yesterday was really a tough blow for them to handle. You could tell in the way they played offensively, defensively, it just wasn't the same. Jake Reddit shouldered the burden as much as he could, scoring all of the goals for France. But as we've noted in recent years, you can't be a one-man team anymore. And so I think that's why France ultimately failed.
Quinn, France have really missed Connor Martin recently. What do you think?
Yeah. Their goalie yesterday didn't really kind of got thrown to that and kind of didn't do too hot. But what do you expect from a first timer?
Yeah.
Not many surprises from the game.
Yeah, it's always tough missing someone like Tyler. His physical presence really makes a difference in the middle of the park, especially.
Hershey.
But no, from the obviously France missing Tyler was tough, and then not having Tyler or Connor was a blow as well. But from the Spanish perspective, what did you make of the game?
Spain played like them typical themselves. Good movement, good passing. Chris was on fire yet again. It was a deep squad, which is sometimes troublesome, having to get playing time for everyone. But when guys were put in the pool, they played well. Played like they were playing for a starting spot. And so when you get solid performance from 6 players, you're almost playing 6-on-3 instead of just normal 4-on-4. So it was definitely tough for France and well done for Spain.
So I think that a lot of people talk about Chris Morrow, but their supporting cast really had a huge impact, as Matt said. Quinn, what did you make of Ben Clark's performance?
It was good, solid defensively. Expect to see a little more offensive firepower out of him. And I think he was a little hesitant to really get involved in the offense since he was playing with you and Chris for the majority of the first half. But he's bulked up, played some good defense. Expect to see a little more goals out of him than Will can't be there. So
I thought, from a personal perspective, playing for Spain and playing in the game, I thought that the best part of the game yesterday was the way that we kind of were able to rotate a couple guys in and get multiple players involved in the game. I thought Ben Clark put in a great shift, and obviously it's tough. It's going to be tough to lose William Kerrigan, and I think Joe played well. And a player that hasn't got a lot of talk, Greg Wisdom Hayslip, he's had a solid tournament so far, not conceding as many goals in the past. His distribution's been good. For both teams, what do you guys see as kind of the projection from this point?
I think France could potentially go and win the next 4 games. They were obviously unlucky not to have Tyler. And I think it'll be interesting to see what you guys see, because you guys still haven't played a team and they're at their full strength. So it'll be a little interesting to see how y'all deal with playing Prussia when they have Eric, and if I have Jack for a game, if I have Jack, and when France gets Tyler back. So it'll just be interesting. So
yeah, you've kind of had the typical French luck there with the easy group games. And so, I think you guys will do well.
see closer games then.
Closer games, yeah. Closer than the rest.
So then kind of, I guess, we'll turn our attention to the second game, which was these two actually played in the game, Prussia versus Wales. I think a lot of people thought this was kind of going to be a blowout, kind of a game with Wales returning Daniel back, although they didn't have Jack. But Prussia, got Eric Larson kind of here at the last second. I think He provided a lot. For those who didn't see the game, Wales really jumped out to a big lead in the first half, attacking the shallow end, which I think when a lot of people thought the game was kind of slipping from Prussia's grasp. I believe Wales was up 6-3 at one point, but Prussia closed and tied it up 6-6 at half, and then you guys really traded goals in the second half, and I thought Wales weren't. I would not say lucky, but they definitely walked out. They walked out winning by 2, and it was a lot closer than the experts probably thought. Matt, what did you make the game from the Prussian perspective?
Yeah, we played a lot better in the second game than what we did in our first game. We had the team kind of gelled more. We were more comfortable with each other. So that game experience really helped. You can see how we were playing. We kind of nailed down the defensive strategies. We had good goalie rotation, good performance from everyone on the team that I was happy with. And like you said in the second half, it was really trading goals. So the end of the game came down to they made a stop and scored, and that really put the game out of our reach.
Yeah, it's amazing. You think about polo as such a free-flowing game, but at the end of the game, it really did come down to a couple possessions there in a row. I think there was one point when I was talking to Quinn yesterday. There was one point when you guys were down 1 and you got the ball back, and it was like, oh boy, like this is a pretty crucial possession. And then you guys didn't score. And I think that's when Daniel went down the field and scored kind of the clinching goal. But Quinn, what did you make the game from the Welsh perspective? Obviously missing Jack, you'll be happy to have him back, but with the players here, not a bad performance.
No, we stepped up. It was nice to have Daniel back because I didn't have to rotate with goalie as much. It was a little disappointing at the end of the second half because we were up like 6-3, like 11 minutes and a half or something, and we gave away like 3 late goals. 2 of them were pretty frustrating. There was the one where Daniel lost the ball, which was just, it happens. And then the second half, we ended up outscoring by 2 goals in the second half, but the whole time I was just kind of waiting for us to take hold of the game and just kind of finish them off, and that never really happened. So that was a little
Credit to
disappointing.
Prussia for that though. A lot of grit in the second half.
Yeah, so we didn't see as much possession as we should have had, I don't think, and so yeah.
So James Craven took some, took a little bit of I think most of it was kind of self-inflicted criticism after the first game for his performance, no goals. But I thought he stepped up big yesterday. He put in a good defensive shift, and he had a couple goals.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals going to the deep end, so that was really helpful. It took a little pressure off me, I guess. He scored 1 in the first half too, which is good. I think we got more used to holding on possession a little bit better, going the deep end. We were rushing our shots a lot on Saturday, so we started working down the sides a little bit more and dump it off the players. Strategy worked a lot better.
And Matt, it looks like you guys have we talked about this the other day, but a star in the making of Michael Curry.
Yeah, no, I was extremely pleased. I brought him in at the beginning of the season based on his performances against Germany back in 2011 as Uruguay's keeper, and kind of pressed the idea to him that we'd like you to be our keeper. And he says, I'm willing to handle the workload, but I'd also like a fair shot at playing in the field. So we've kind of, we kind of talked with Alex Giuliano and kind of had him split the duties with Michael, just to kind of give both players a shake, higher up the pool and then back in the goal. And I've been really impressed with the way Michael's been handling himself. Michael scored 1 or 2 goals yesterday. Very good on the defensive end.
His work rate is incredible.
Yeah, he just keeps going and going. So we're really pleased, and we're really glad with our #1 signing in the offseason.
Absolutely, I think. And I guess